Hello and welcome to Meek Hibiscus. I got a NES Classic Mini when they were re-released about 8 months ago, so I'm pretty late with this review and have missed the bandwagon. Oops, oh well. I pre-ordered mine, but in hindsight I probably shouldn't have done that, because they're still sitting on store shelves. I never owned a NES growing up, but I used to play one at my babysitter's house. I remember when I was very little, probably about 4 or 5 years old, I was allowed to play Super Mario Bros. At my babysitter's house. I finally beat World 1-1. I was so pleased with myself, but my babysitter's son didn't think that was much of an accomplishment. He was like, 1-1, who cares? That's not much. My first Mario victory was short-lived, so I don't have as much nostalgia for the NES as I do for the SNES. Looking at the back of the box, there's 30 games included. Before I owned the NES Mini, I had only played the All-Star versions of the Super Mario Bros. Games, and arcade classics like Pac-Man, Mario Bros., and I played Donkey Kong in the Frantic Factory level in Donkey Kong 64. I've played demo versions of NES games that appeared in Super Smash Bros. Brawl and for Wii U, so most of these games are new to me. The small size of the console didn't shock me as much as the SNES Mini did. I guess I knew how mini the console would be this time. But it still looks very cute, placed under a TV. The console works in much the same way as the SNES Mini does. It has power and reset buttons, with a nice little red light that comes on when the console is powered on, 2 controller ports, and mini USB and HDMI ports on the back. The console doesn't come with a power adapter, but I've been using my iPad's one like I do when I play the SNES Mini. The console only comes with 1 controller, but the SNES Mini controller, or any other controller that uses the Wii Remote port, should work. The classic rectangle-shaped NES controller is very simple compared to modern controllers. There's only a D-pad, A, B, start and select buttons. That's all you really need when playing retro games, and it makes it less daunting for people who don't have much gaming experience to jump in and play with you. The only downside to this controller is the cord length. It's extremely short, and I thought they would have made it at least the same length as the SNES Mini's controller in the re-release. When you start up the console, you are greeted by an 8-bit style menu partnered with a happy retro tune. The menu operates similar to the SNES Mini's one. All the games are set out in a scrollable line showcasing their original box art. You can order them by 2-player games, recently played, times played, release date, publisher, and title. You can choose from 3 different display options: 4x3, Pixel Perfect, and CRT filter. The borders that were included in the SNES Mini were not added in the re-release. I don't really mind because I never used the borders. QR codes for the game manuals are also included, so you can grab your phone out and relive some old school game art. There are 4 save state slots you can use, but the rewind function from the SNES Mini wasn't brought over, which is a shame. I could have really used it when playing Castlevania and Super C. There's certainly lots of short arcade style games, like Balloon Fight and Ice Climbers, that probably only warrant short gaming sessions, but I found them fun to play, especially Galaga. It's so addictive to try to beat your high score. I always want to have one more go. I also discovered a few unexpected gems, like Kirby's Adventure, Mega Man 2, Zelda 2, Metroid and Kid Icarus. The consensus is that Zelda 2, Metroid and Kid Icarus are outdated these days, and are frustratingly difficult. I agree that these games are very difficult, but when you finally finish a level, find a new power-up, or discover a new area, I found the frustration worth it. Mind you, I'll probably never finish any of these games, but I'll have fun trying. The most surprising game that I ended up loving was Final Fantasy. I played it the whole way through, and enjoyed every minute of it. The main reason I loved it was you could create your own party and give them names. Well, only 4-letter names, but this gave me the sense that they were my own characters and I cared about what happened to them. Another reason I loved playing Final Fantasy was I felt it was easier to learn from my mistakes compared to more skill-based games like Super C or Castlevania. In those games, I feel like my skill level can only take me so far before I hit a brick wall and can't progress any further. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed trying to play Super C and I really liked Castlevania, but as far as retro games go, a game like Final Fantasy feels more accessible to me. However, some people may not enjoy all the level grinding of older RPGs. Okay, enough gushing over Final Fantasy. One day I might do a proper review of it. One last thing I learnt while playing the NES Mini is I suck at Super Mario Bros. I thought this would be one of the first games I finished, but I still can't beat it. Perhaps my babysitter's son was right not to care when I beat World 1-1 all those years ago. Anyway, I think I'm used to the All-Stars version, where you begin with 5 lives and can return to the start of the world when you game over. Overall, I think the NES Classic Mini is a great little console for people who want to play retro video games using authentic controllers, or if you want to experience the origins of your favourite video game character. I think it is also great for people who own the original NES, but haven't played all of the games that are included in the NES Mini. Thank you so much for watching! What are some of your experiences playing the mini versions of consoles? Do you like them? Or do you think they're just a waste of money? See you next time! Bye bye!